Welcome to the October 8th meeting of the Board of Cemetery Trustees. This is our first meeting since July 9th at Krieger Memorial Park. Start with the minutes from the July meeting. Are there any questions, comments, or corrections on those meeting minutes?
There were no minutes that came with our head.
You didn't get them in August?
I thought everybody had a copy of the minutes.
All we had was the report.
But I mean, back in July, I thought I sent that because the initial, because it was the last meeting. But Mark will make it for everybody. Okay.
Well, since there is no comments, corrections, or questions, except where are they? We'll just, minutes approved as presented, okay? Let's go to the financial report. Fred?
Thank you. So we'll start at the top of the first page with the permanent maintenance agreement account. That account was up 1.12, which account?
In September?
Yeah, top of that first page, you got it.
September.
So yeah, up 0.12 for September and up 1.34 year to date. Permanent maintenance Swan Lake up 0.12 for September, up 1.25 year to date. Extension fund was up 0.13 for September and up 1.4 year to date. And the merchandise and commissions fund was just up a fraction of a percent for September and up 0.51 for the year to date. If you go to page 3, I'm sorry, and on that first page, at the very bottom, merchandise commission fund, we did have payments that went out for Matthews and the Granite Bronze as well. I tried to note that, so I'll just be aware of that. If you move over to page 3, this is the permanent maintenance agreement account, the summary here. The money market fund, in the very top section, it's dropped down considerably in the last few months. It's actually down to 0.08 right now. And I think it's actually going to drop even further if it's possible. So just something to look at and monitor. The mutual fund yield in this account was at 2.01, which was down from the previous month of 2.07. The overall yield for the account, 2.25, which was down from the previous month of 2.3. The next page is the permanent maintenance Swan Lake. The mutual fund yield in that account, 2.075, which is down from the previous month of 2.15. And the overall yield was 2.15, down from 2.21. Next page is the extension fund. I want to bring your attention, that account has some cash accumulated in excess of what we normally would hold in an account. So I wanted to check with the board to see if there was maybe some larger expenses coming up or a reason to hold cash. Otherwise, we would recommend we put that back in that June May fund which we invested into recently, the Brian talked about last time. So I want to get your thoughts on that account, if you need to hold that cash, or if we need to invest a good portion of it as well.
We have repaired the mausoleum and we have some other things, and we've got about $10,000 right now that we're going to need. Is it, but how much is in it?
About 30,000.
Because we're going to need about 10 over the next couple months, 10 to 12,000.
Okay. So maybe we could invest 10 or so out of that, and keep 20 on the side in cash. That sounds good to me.
Need a motion on that?
No. Any discussion on that? What do you guys think? So we need at least 10, right?
10 to 12.
10 to 12, why don't we keep 15? 15 and then invest the rest?
And invest another 15.
Yeah, how's that sound?
Okay. Yeah, I think it might come out like 14 for 29,000.
Yeah.
If it does warrant, is it easily accessible?
It is, you do have mutual funds in that account that are really, liquid within a day, so you can actually liquidate.
I don't think we will, but just in case there was a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have a motion? Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion to say 15,000 out of the account and invest the rest.
Exactly, so it'll be roughly investing around 14,000.
Sounds good. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
During the sum of that page, the mutual fund yield was 2.01, down from 2.09 the previous month. And then the overall yield was 2.25, which was down from 2.32. The last account here is the merchandise fund. The mutual fund yield was 1.99, which was down from 2.06. And then the overall yield was 1.15.
Sorry, I took them off.
Down from 1.25. Like I said before, Brian wasn't able to make it today, but he gave us a few notes on the fixed income market right now. Not much has changed. The Fed has basically indicated their intent to keep the Fed funds rate close to zero for at least 2023. Trying to stimulate the economy. It looks like their position will remain extremely accommodative for quite some time to come. And their ultimate plan is to keep short-term interest rates low while allowing intermediate and long-term rates to drift higher. It appears that their intention to stick with this strategy unless inflation rises above their 2% average target on a sustainable basis. So they've got the 2% inflation target, and if it starts rising above that for a steady period of time, then they may change some of their strategy. But basically, the monetary policy is just meant to smooth out economic growth. So shouldn't be too many big changes in the fixed income area right now. So Brian and Steve are constantly monitoring it, looking for strategies, ideas, things like that. So we'll keep that in the loop. And if there's money to invest going forward, we'll get the best ideas at that time.
Well, thank you very much, Brad.
Thank you.
Any questions on anything Brad just spoke about? Any?
There's something to talk about next April when I see a bunch of our CDs that come through. There's no idea what's going to happen.
No, really not. I would imagine at that time, things kind of stay status quo, and probably not be a great spot to be in, but I definitely at that time we'll be running in and we'll get his best thoughts and see what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions on our September financial? From anyone? Hearing none. Do you have a motion to approve the financial report?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, motion approved. Okay. Bill, Superintendent, Mr. Tomchair.
We're going to start in retrospect here with the August bills. We have Matthews from the merchandise account, $14,796.56. That includes the bronze plaques, Lydian bars, letters, date scrolls, and the like. Also, that was an order of granite for this year. We ordered our granite from the Matthews Corporation. So we have, that's also a probably 8,000 to 10,000 pounds worth of granite for this year so far. Rigs out of the extension fund, $2,303.40. We had to have the Kubota ATV, the four-wheel sport vehicle out here. The front end had to be rebuilt, and they had to go to Riggs, and it was gone for about a month. A lady sent a lease reimbursement. We had to send a check back to her for $160. Noel Brothers, gasoline and diesel, $1,823.56. Bottled water, $13.10. City heating, $323. That was repair on the air conditioner. DeVries tires, two tire repairs, $30.40. Cable and Ace hardware, miscellaneous items, $167.48. Meyer glass, $890 for 2 shields at both offices in front of the receptionist and or office manager. NIPSCO, $515.60. Water and sewage, $626.98. That Meyer glass was put in through the COVID deal, and so we're waiting to find out if we're going to be part of that through the city or not. September billings, merchandise, Matthews, $9,398.22. Mark, reimbursement for a scroll. We had years ago, when this was privately owned, they bought from a company called Granite Bronze. We don't deal with Granite Bronze, and they will not. We cannot set up an account with them right at the moment. So to pay for this date that these people had put out in the 50s, I just wrote a check, and that's what the reimbursement was for, so we could get the scroll for this family. The scroll is the death date of the loved one. DeVries tires, $10. Postage, $3.10. What that was for, we had a marker. A family wanted to put a picture of a loved one on it, and we have to send it to a company called PSM up in Ontario, Canada. So that's what that postage is. Rigs, $992.11 out of repair parts. Repair equipment, one of the older lawnmowers needed some work on a gearbox. So we had to have a new gearbox through one of our older lawnmowers up at Greenwood. NIPSCO, $469.46. Water and sewage, $290.40. All Points Fire and Safety, one of our annual fire inspections, $41.64. And those are the 2 last months that we weren't here, bills. Also, for September, Horizon Bank permanent maintenance receipts, $1,011.60. Extension fund receipts, $2,849.50. Merchandise receipts, $6,364.40 for a grand total of $10,225.50. And that's September's billings, Mr. President.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions on any of those month's bills? Hearing none, do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I make a motion to pay bills. What's your order, pay?
They're on my desk.
Okay, all in favor to pay the bills? Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, superintendent's report?
Just a quick, I don't know if anybody has been here since they put up those spit guards. Before you leave, if you want to go out front, We went quite a ways. They're out front in front of where the secretary sits. Just thought they were gonna, everybody needed. I took it under when I was down at Brant's. I saw what they had done. I thought it was really nice how they did it compared to the saran wrap they used at the library. And so Roxanne and Denise are protected. So they're out there if anybody ever wants to take a peek at it before you leave.
And Myra Glass and Mirror did the work.
We had 3 dead trees were removed at the Barker Ave entrance. It would be Barker and Hendricks by vector control. I had talked to the arborist, Dr. Arnett from the city. She checked out the trees and deemed it necessary to have them removed. They were at the corner, they were on Barker at the entrance exit to the cemetery and just not too far from that, so they could have caused some damage if they'd have fallen in or over, whatever. So they were removed, and then I saw her and I thanked her for a quick decision and quick and fast removal of those 3 dead trees. I'm not sure what they were, but they were bad. So, and it's a safe area now. We will be starting our fall cleanup at Greenwood Monday, October 19th, and it will last for 1 week. All spring and summer decorations will be picked up and disposed of. We will do our darndest not to pick up any fall decorations or pumpkins. Swan Lake starts their fall cleanup on Monday, November 16th. Repeat that, all decorations will be removed and all vases will be turned down for the winter. That's something that's been going since the cemetery opened up, so the vases are turned down and they're not allowed to be turned back up until April 1st. The water was shut off at Greenwood on Monday, September 28th for the season. The broken granite on the patio building here at Swan Lake is being repaired, and it should be done by the end of this week. All the granites that were broken behind it where the cement was falling and crumbling, I'll be taking that all out, putting up the granite and repairing all the granite right where one certain gentleman always was. So we should be okay with that by the time we get done with that. If anyone needs a financial paper for March, April, or May, I have extra copies on the jukebox back here. Passed out the burial report for June, July, August, September for both Greenwood and Swan Lake. As you can see, Greenwood for June, July, and August they weren't very busy, and September we had 10. We got a little busier. It just kind of vice versa at Swan Lake. We were busy in June, but by the end of September we were down a little bit. But we are kind of holding our own. We have funerals tomorrow at both cemeteries, and we have several funerals on Monday. That's what I was going to talk about. So you can see if there's any questions on what each one is. It's a regular full burial. Cremains, of course, would be just cremation. Entombments is in a crypt or niche placements. So that's pretty well self-explanatory. We had our one and only budget hearing with the Finance Committee of the City Council several weeks ago at Memorial Park. The Assistant Superintendent and myself went, and by the time the evening was over, by the time they got done talking to us, we were cut $1,500 out of our gasoline for next year. There were some questions asked. Terminology, I think if we had a understanding of terminology, I think we might be able to deal better with some of these council members, but terminology right now is kind of eludes some of us. And the last one here is, since March, with this COVID, we have not used the chapel, any chapel. We've all gone, all the burials have gone right to the grave sites. But with the oncoming of winter, and I've talked to our association's executive director, it might be advisable for us to maybe open up the chapels for the committal services like we had done in the past, at least during the winter months. The recommendation also was that we remove all the furniture that's in there, because it's like the furniture that was in here, it's that soft cloth furniture, and that's one of the reasons we had to go to Krieger. They said you didn't have the right furniture. Well, we got these nice hard chairs now. So I was just getting an idea. I think if it's up to the board, I think we might send a letter out stating that we will be going back on the first Monday of November, and start using the chapels at least during the winter months, and also depending on how bad or how far along we are with this COVID-19. But it was recommended by the association that we would remove the furniture, and I've talked to several of the funeral directors, and none of them have a problem right now with us removing the furniture out of there, because the committal service is only a 5 or 10 minute deal anyways. But I just want to let you know that we will be sending out a letter, if it's okay with the board, if the board approves it, stating that starting November 1, we will be using the 2 chapels. And when the services are done, like I do here, whenever I have a sales appointment, I go through and I clean everything. I wipe all the door handles down. I wipe my table off. I wipe everything down. And that's what would happen after each service up at Greenwood. We would clean everything up.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to open the chapel starting Monday, November 1st, remove the furniture, the cloth furniture, and the 2 chapels, and send out a letter. How's the board?
I have a question, where are you going to store the furniture?
We can store it at the garage at Greenwood or the garage out here. There's only 8 chairs. We have that many right back here. We've got a dozen back here right now, so there's no problem with storing them.
I make a motion to accept, sending out letters for November, opening the chapel.
Okay. We have a motion to send a letter November 1st to open the 2 chapels, remove the chairs for the winter months. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Out of curiosity, do you have to sterilize the carpet?
I've talked to different people, and they've said I wouldn't have to. If we swept it real good, that might help it. That's one of those things that's kind of in a gray area right now. I'm not sure.
I was just curious.
I've been spraying stuff in here with alcohol and all these other things, because the table there, you can see my tape on it. Whenever I have a family come in, I sit on, it's turned, I sit on that end and the family's at this end. And there's only 2 people allowed in here at a time of the family. What we'll do up at Greenwood and here is we'll put a sign in the windows at the doors stating, must have a face mask to enter the chapel. And I think, well, right now we can't do anything about, you got the social distancing, but according to the governor, we can have up to, 500 people now. Of course, that chapel only holds about 40, so. And that's up to the families too, also. We can't govern what a family wants to do, because even the ones that we've done on the outside, a lot of them will not wear masks. So I tell my guys, I say, you do not go up there until they leave. The policy is right now, the funeral home brings out the remains, we put it on the device, we go away, meaning the guys go away, they say their prayer, do their committal, our guys go back, take care of it, put the lid on it, and then we're done. If the family wants to come back after that, that's fine. But if we're not there at the same time, usually, if they are. Now, one quick comment here. We just had to get a new lowering device. We have two of them up at Greenwood that are over 20-some years old, and the whole mechanisms are shot in them. To repair them is going to be about $3,900 compared to getting a new one at $5,400. I mean, $4,900. So I went ahead and we got one ordered. They're going to take about 4 to 6 weeks out. The Frigid Fluid Company out of Chicago is the company that makes them. And right now, when I talked to the salesperson, I said, why is it taking so long? Because when I ordered them before, we'd get them in a week. They're having so much trouble because of all the hurricanes and flooding in the south that they're shipping almost all their lowering devices down south right now to replace the ones that are damaged, that are missing, that are gone. So we're on the list 3 to 5 weeks, I think, of getting a new lowering device. Then, and once we get that in place and start using it, maybe then we can start working on, with this other company, taking the knuckle off of the device and getting it rebuilt, which is only going to be about $2,200. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, we're going to get a brand new one here real quick. That was one of the comments I made about the money from the extension fund. I'm done.
No. Okay. Thank you.
Anybody got questions?
Okay, so at the July meeting, you indicated that you didn't want to be a secretary anymore. Is that what you said to me? Is that true?
I don't.
You said you were having trouble with the secretary job at the time. Do you still want to relinquish that job, the secretary?
Well, not necessarily, but like that last meeting that we had at Memorial Park, I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Well, none of us could, so no problem. Okay, we'll just leave it the same way. Okay, thank you.
You signed it, President.
Okay. All right, is there, oh yeah, let me, hang on 1 second. We need to do it that way. Let's see, so we have any old business that we need to take care of?
I have a question about old business, about the stolen cases. We resolve the issues so we can have it that.
Well, people are buying as needed,
Okay, all right.
and if they come in and they don't want to buy it, they don't get a base
Okay.
at the present time. But yeah, it's calmed down quite a bit.
So anything else? How about new business? Well, let's talk about the meeting for next month. We were discussing about if we have the meetings here during the winter months. After the time change, we were considering moving the time from 3:30 to 2:30. And we wanted to know what you folks are, if you agree to that. Get here an hour early because that way we can leave before it gets dark during the winter months.
It's okay with me.
I don't have a problem with it.
So, you want us to make a motion that after the time changes, say in November meeting, we're going to have the meeting at 2:30 through the winter months here at Swan Lake.
So,
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried.
Something notified,
Beg your pardon?
just a reminder, however, you notified everyone.
Oh yeah, we'll remind everybody with the minutes.
I'm sorry.
We're going to send him a special letter.
Okay, sorry.
certified.
Your vision.
Beg your pardon?
Nothing, I'm just talking about.
No. Is there any, you mentioned something?
About the possibility that the city may be going back to virtual meetings. And what that entails is we would have to be in contact with Andy Mechanic at IT.
Does he have a number?
You just call him through the city.
Andy, right?
IT department.
And basically, he will set up a Zoom meeting, and he will email everyone how to get into the thing. And it's simply clicking on a link, it's really nothing, you know. And that's basically the only thing you're gonna have to worry about is contacting him in advance.
No, you got a camera.
You have to use you have to either use your telephone, if you have
I don't have that on my phone.
iPhone, okay?
I don't have it on my phone or my computer.
You just download it.
I got a camera. I don't have a
You
camera.
don't have a smartphone.
Nope. Got another one? I got one.
So, Mary Ann, do you have a smartphone? Do you know?
I don't have an iPhone.
You don't have an iPhone, okay.
No, I just have a,
Flip phone, right, so you don't have one either, okay, so there's two of us. Everybody else have capabilities of it?
You can come here and share the computer. But I have a Princess wall phone.
So we have everybody,
Call in on those, so if he doesn't have a camera, he can still call in your phone and still hear the audio.
Can you participate?
Yeah. You'll be able to see it, you can still talk and hear it.
That's okay, yeah.
oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's good. So you could actually, so that might even be better. So does anybody have anything else they want to discuss about cemetery?
I just want to put out a shout out to you guys. Everybody did a very nice job in my last meeting.
Okay.
Very
Everybody,
professional.
There was nothing special there. That's the way they do all their services.
I'm just saying, it's just,
I know, I'm messing with you a little bit.
yeah.
We have been removing some extra bushes. The Henry family, they had a bush that you probably taller than their ceiling, and they took it out, did an excellent job, and they straightened up about 8 footstones. They did a very, and that's only with 2 employees. Oh, my last one, I forgot. One of our employees has been off since the 1st of October, and he will not be back until sometime in November. He had to go in and have surgery on his stomach. So we're short-handed, and extremely short-handed.
Another thing I'd like to say, Roxanne and Mark have been doing a really good job and having people come in when they're called. The procedure is you call the office and make an appointment to meet with Mark and Roxanne, and they go over what they need, like a burial plot or buy stuff like granite. So they've been doing a very good job with that, keeping everybody safe, no complaints. So with that said, let's call the meeting adjourned, okay?